Hello. How are we doing, folks? Rayner's here. Thank you, Rayner. So glad you could be here. The chat is disabled. It shouldn't be. Hang on just a second, folks. Okay, there you are. Yep, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, folks, I really apologize for being over an hour late. I have had problems like you would not believe. Yes, there is a little chat delay. Yeah, there will be. But yeah, I do apologize, folks. I've had all sorts of problems, from not getting any sound to not getting any picture to all sorts of things. And it's a Chrome problem. It's got to be. But hey, we're here. I've got it working. Oh dear gosh. So yeah, I'm really sorry, folks, that it's taken me over an hour to fix it, but we are fixed. We are up and running. I should have been on stream over an hour ago, so really sorry about that. I will have to schedule in an extra stream during the course of this week to kind of make up for it. So really sorry, folks, to have kept you all hanging around, waiting, wondering, is he going to stream or not? I thought he said he was, and all of that. So yeah, I'm very sorry. And Rich the Rocket is here. I've just been on Skype with Rich. We've been trying to fix things. Mike says our Skype session blew up the computer. Fortunately not. No, we've had issues, but a lot of those are fixed now, and I really must give my very sincere thanks to my good friend, the Rocket, aka Rich, for all of his work over the course of the last 2 hours. It's been tremendously helpful. We've managed to make some breakthroughs, which is great. So thank you for your help with that, Rich. So I had planned to make an announcement or two and to update you on how things are going here in terms of studio and moving and all of that, because I know you guys are all interested. So at the moment, we've only got 7 people in here, which doesn't really surprise me because I should have been online an hour ago. So, and most people expect me to be on at 6 o'clock because that's what I said that I would be on at. So, yeah. So updates. We went to view a property on Saturday morning. We like it. We think it's a good fit for us. There's quite a lot of interest in it as well. So we may or may not get it. We're probably going to find out maybe in 5 to 7 days' time. We put in an application to rent it, which is what you have to do here. And I know for a fact that there are going to be at least 4 or 5 other applications for the same property. So it will be down to the landlord to decide who is going to be best to rent that property, and that might be us, but it might not be. It might be some other tenants. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's a good property. It's got a lot of advantages, and it's not far from here where we live right now. It's just about 3-4 maybe streets down the road, and it means that my kids will get to stay in their school. And we'll get to stay in the locality, which is kind of what we want, really. We don't want to be in a position where my wife has to commute too terribly far because her days are long enough as they are. So we don't want to add any pressure to her at all. And from the studio point of view, the benefit really for me is that I get a bigger room, which is great. So I really hope that we get this particular house. It'd be fantastic if we do. And it is a house. That's another novelty for us. It's a house, which means it has stairs. And it's been a long time since I've walked up and down stairs inside a house. So because we've been in a flat for 15 years. So it'd be really nice to be in a house. And the interesting thing is the bathroom is downstairs next to the kitchen. So that's going to be a little unusual, but and take some getting used to. Because you know, the bedrooms and everything else are all upstairs. Thank you, Mike, for sharing and tweeting it. Appreciate it. We've got 10 people here now. Hopefully we can swell the ranks up to about 15 or 20 or more. Would be nice. Rainer says the internet shut down permanently here. Oh, well, that's no good. So I guess you're watching the stream on your phone or something. But yeah, so there we have it, folks. We've got some other properties that we're interested in as well, but they're all kind of a little bit out of town. You were trying to be back soon. Okay, Raina, I appreciate you stopping by. Bobby Booth is here. He's made his way over to this other stream. Thank you so much. Hit the like, please, guys, says Mike. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So yeah, so that's kind of the update on where we're at with the move, and I really appreciate everybody's help, support, and generosity and kindness over these this last little while. You guys have been incredible, and we've had some generosity from here in Scotland as well, which has been a tremendous help to us too. And so we're beginning to think about how we're going to pack down 15 years worth of life and then move it into a slightly smaller property. That's going to be the fun part. Packing down the studio is going to be quite a stress as well, because I don't have any of the boxes for any of the gear anymore. So I'm concerned about making sure that everything gets where it needs to get to without being damaged, and that kind of thing. So that's a concern that I've got at the moment. And I've got lots of client work to finish up before we move. So this property becomes available May the 18th. Landlord has verbally said to us that he wants us out by May the 1st. However, he still has not provided us with the proper written documentation that legally requires us to leave. Always keep the boxes. Well, you know what? If space was not a premium here, we would have. We absolutely would have. And in fact, in the case of the Studio Live mixer, I actually had to destroy the box to get into it, to get the thing out of the box, because whoever had packed this particular unit had packed it phenomenally well. So we actually had to destroy the box for it. So we're going to have to handle this with extreme care, and transit it with extreme care as well. I don't know how we're going to achieve that. I might contact Presonus and see if they can send me something that would do the job. As far as I know, they don't make cases for them. I think they probably should, but they don't, as far as I know. I think that would be a great idea if Presonus started making Presonus branded flight cases. That'd be awesome. So that gear could just get transited about in flight cases. That'd be fantastic. I may talk to Rick about that and see what he says. He always likes new ideas. So that's the move. And as Bobby Booth says, it is absolutely no fun packing. Yeah, it isn't. I mean, really, when I moved into here, I kind of hoped that this would be maybe the last move I'd have to make. But here we are, you know, all these years later, and we're having to move. Bobby says, wrap it up in blankets. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. You know, protect the faders and the encoder knobs and the buttons and the CPU and everything at the back and the touchscreen and all the inputs and everything. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I might even wrap it in a duvet and gaffer tape it, something like that. That's not a bad idea. Wrap it in a duvet and then gaffer tape the whole duvet thing together. That's probably not a bad idea. I like it. I like your thinking. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, all the rest of the gear, the guitar's got a guitar case. My basses have got cases. The red piano here, the clavier Nord, has got a case. This guy up here has got a case. All the instruments have got cases. It's really just the studio gear that doesn't. And the computer doesn't have a case. Well, it doesn't have a box or anything for it. But just Bob says, packing isn't fun, but sometimes you have that I wonder where this was moment. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to find stuff and just go, wow, where's that been hiding all this time? Actually, I did that when I moved my old desk out of here to put this new one in. And I had to go through 6 drawers worth of stuff that was just shoved in the drawers. And she's like, I was wondering where that had gone. I found all sorts of stuff in there. And I was just like, man, I can't believe it. So we got 10 people here, which is really nice. I really appreciate all 10 of you coming along, especially as it's so late. And I really do feel bad about being so late for the stream, because I do try to keep it as regular as possible, because it means, you know, you guys just know Sunday night, 6 p.m. It's, you know, it's my show. And so you guys, it's part of your, for some of you, it's part of your routine. Woodbeast is here. Good to see you, Woodbeast. He says, I have had to ship keyboards and guitars, and I go to my local store and they give me decent boxes for free. Most boxes are put in the dumpster anyway. Yeah, that's probably true. I could probably contact the guys at Red Dog Music, which is our local major music store, and they have a pro audio section. So I think I will maybe give them a shout, and because I know that they do get in things like Studio Live mixers, and I could see if they have any spare boxes. If they do, I might just, you know, nick one. Grocery stores have boxes. They don't tend to as much here. It's weird, I know, but they don't tend to as much here in Scotland. It's a bit of a funny thing. Sainsbury's, which is one of our local supermarkets here in the UK, they used to have a big section where any boxes that had come in with stock and stuff would just be, you know, they'd be there for you to take. Bobby says, when you didn't come on at 6, I knew something was wrong. Yeah, something was really wrong, and I had to focus all of my attention on trying to get it going. And it took me a long time. And then sort of after about 45 minutes, I thought, I'm really running seriously late. I'm going to have to post something. So I posted up on the HST support group that I was having a heck of a time and running late. So be creative, it works. Yeah, I think we're going to have to be thinking outside of the box, pun intended. Entirely intended. So that's going to be fun to do. I am actually looking forward to the move. It'll be, you know, a fresh space, fresh creative environment. It's going to be a room I'm going to have to learn, and I'm going to have to work out where to put my acoustic treatment, because the room where the studio will go, if we get this particular house, there's going to be a window kind of here, and then a window kind of on the same wall but further back. So not ideally positioned windows, kind of, you know, sort of first reflection point here, not great. Don't really want to have a window there. So I'm probably behind here, there are some nice red curtains. If you've ever seen a picture of my studio, you'll see that there's some nice red curtains. Those red curtains will go over this window over here, and will provide at least a little bit of protection from reflections. Not a whole lot, but some. And then, you know, I'll just treat all the other walls. Like this wall is just a wall in the new studio space. So I'll just treat this wall really, really well. And then the wall at the back will need treated. So Just Bob said maybe the move will help with the writer's block you talked about during a Songwriting Simplified show. Yeah, I'm kind of past that. Pretty much my method for getting through writer's block when it happens is just to keep writing. If I stop writing, it's the worst possible thing to do, because then not only do I have the writer's block to deal with, I also have to deal with, getting up the energy to start writing again. It's kind of like, it's like starting a car. You have to get that initial inertia back again, which can take almost as much effort as actually getting back to writing again. So my solution to writer's block is just to keep writing. And even if I'm just churning out songs that are horrendous and hideous and awful, and yes, that may well be soul destroying and disappointing and discouraging, I have to keep doing it. I have to keep working the muscles, and also listening back to other songs that I've written. Because if I listen back to other songs that I've written, then I know I can do it. I know that I can write good songs, and therefore, I can write good songs again. So it makes sense. So I just have to keep doing the same thing. And the other thing I've found that is helpful is having a fresh approach. So instead of writing always at the piano, maybe writing on the guitar instead, or maybe using drum loops or something else, having a fresh approach to writing a song. So I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not just like, right, okay, I'm gonna just play the same old chords on the keyboard again. Just get into something different. Have a different way of starting the process, creating different characters. Beatrice is here. Hi, Beatrice. Good to see you. Yeah, creating new characters and new scenarios and new things for maybe some old characters to get involved in is also a good way, because I can put old characters into new situations and see how they react, and then I can write about that. Let's see. Raina says a little bit downstairs. We just have lots of space. Would be ass. Yeah, there you go. So, all right. So let's get to the announcement. Here goes. The announcement. It's not massive headline major news, but it is some news. I can update you on the development of the website. JonnyLipshamStudios.co.uk is undergoing a pretty full-scale redesign, which will include I think I've talked about it before, it will include a VIP members area, which will be a monthly paid subscription access. So that's how you'd get into that. So it's all going to have a brand new look and a brand new members area, which is going to be full of content that you're not going to get anywhere else. It's not going to, the content that I put up in the members area will be strictly for members, VIP members. And, that content will not go up on YouTube. It will not go up on the main site. It will not go up on Facebook or anywhere else. So we will be, in fact, we are working on already. We are working on that members area and what that's going to look like, and it's going to be extremely cool. I'm working on content already that is going to go into that, so that you've got something to get your teeth into as soon as you become a VIP. We're not ready to launch that yet. We were kind of hoping that around this kind of time we would be, but there are some bugs and some issues that we've still got to work through and work out and just try and get things exactly as we want them. We want this to be really, really, really awesome and really cool when we launch it. We don't want to launch it and then kind of like for you guys to come back to us and say, well, actually, you know, a whole bunch of things don't work. To me, that's no good. I don't have to be, you know, doing that because I want to provide something that's going to be fantastic for you guys. So that is very much a work in progress and is working at very, very high speed. So it's not going to be too long. It's not going to be too long before we're ready to launch the thing. So in light of that, I am launching, as of tonight, an email newsletter that you can sign up for. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you guys can all go and subscribe to that if you want to. What you will get when you subscribe to the email list is you will get my compression video series, which it is available on YouTube, but you know what? You will get a downloadable version of it, which means no ads, none of that stuff, and it's on your computer, and you don't have to wait for it to buffer or any of that stuff that you get with YouTube, and you're not subject to YouTube's compression and all of that on the audio. These are proper high quality HD video files that you can have forever on your hard drive, and you can refer back to them as many times as you want, whenever you want. So if your internet is down, you can still watch those videos. So that's the first thing you get. The second thing you get is you also get the stems to a song of mine. It's called Chanel, and it's on my Belonging to Tomorrow EP from 2016. You get the stems, and you can mix that song to your heart's content. Or if you like, you can remix the song. You know, if you really want to, you could do a dance remix or a trance remix or whatever you want to do. I really don't mind what you do with the song. Just enjoy mixing, and you can have that song, and you can not only mix it, but you can put it up on your portfolio on your own websites or on your SoundCloud, so that people can see, you know, your mixing skills at work. And you know, if it helps get you gigs mixing, then all the better, as far as I'm concerned. The only caveat with the stems is that when you finish mix and you make the mix public, say on your website or on SoundCloud, would you please, you know, credit me as the artist and all that kind of fun stuff, so that we're not getting into copyright issues. Even though I have only, you know, I've given you guys verbal permission to use it, that's fine, but I just want to make sure that everybody's covered from every possible angle. Woodby says, sounds cool, marketing and SEO people helping may help. Yeah, I've got folks working on all of that behind the scenes, which is great. So yes, the emails list is going to go up in just a second. I'm just finding the link so I can send it to you. Where is it? Where did I put the link? Here it is. So if I copy that, and I'm going to paste this in. Oh, that's not worked. That's not worked. Hang on just a second. Let me delete that, because that's not the link at all. That's the trouble. I think because it's gone into my... Okay, let's do this. Oh, I know where it is. Is this it here? Let's see. Yes, that's it. That's the baby. Let me close that. Let me close that. Let me open that. Let me go and copy link. Now, hopefully this will work this time. Yes. All right, here it is. Oh, it didn't like that. Edit and try again. Hang on a second. Something funky is going wrong here. No, Oh, it won't let me post the link. Why won't it let me post the link? Okay, something weird is going on here, folks. Sorry about this. This has been the story of my evening, folks. All right, let's try this one. See if this works. Okay, I have posted that link in the chat there. I'm going to test it myself and see if it works. Oh, for goodness sake. That's not working either. All right, what you might have to do, folks, is you might have to copy paste that link and put it in your put it directly into your browser, because when you click it, it gives you a 404. So I'm sorry about that, folks. Yeah, not working. Yes, I know. It's going to give you a 404. So what I want you to do, guys, is copy paste that link into your browser and see if that works. Control copy. New tab. Oh, that's weird. Okay, it really doesn't work. No, it really doesn't work. Well, that's just damned annoying. Okay, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that post. Why won't this work? I'm beginning to get somewhat irritated by this now. This should work. Yeah, copy and paste doesn't work, I know. I'm trying to get this link to you guys. It won't let me, it won't let me do this. Okay, the link to the email doesn't work. That's really, 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 really frustrating. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know why it's not bloody working. Sorry, folks. This is extremely frustrating. This is extremely frustrating because this should work, but it won't let me post this in the chat. It says error every time I try. Error, try again, edit and try again. Say the link and everyone get pen and paper and write it down. Put it in the description. Oh, I could do that. Will it let me do that? Will it let me do that whilst I'm live? I don't know. Open a command prompt and ping the web address. Let's see. Can I edit this video whilst I'm live? No, I don't think I can. Let me see. I don't even know if I'm live anymore, folks. I don't even know if I'm live anymore. Okay, there we go. I think it is. Oh, I'm still here. That's good. Still live. Good, 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 good. Okay, in the description, you should have now the link. I couldn't post it in the chat. Oh, I have had such a stressful evening, folks. What about that link? Is it PayPal? No, it's not a PayPal link, folks. It's a link to sign up for my brand new email list. John has just arrived. John, so good to see you, my friend. He says, hey there, I gave up and didn't think you were doing a show. Yeah, I've had so many problems with getting this show tonight. It's been a real stress. And I know that picture quality is not necessarily so good either. It's freezing like a flipping penguin's buttocks. I'm really sorry about that. I know that quality is not so great, so I'm really sorry. I wish I could do better. And hopefully in the new place where I'm going to be in a few weeks' time, if we get the place, I will have much faster internet. It will probably be about 2,000 times faster, which means I will be able to stream in 4K or something ridiculous, probably. And you really don't want to look at my face in 4K, so I don't know, maybe this pixelated version is better. Bobby says it worked for him and he signed up. Awesome. John says, looks good on my iPhone. That's great. Deidre says, yeah, that's cold. Yes, my stream sucks at the moment, and I'm fed up with my stream sucking. So, hopefully those days are numbered now, and hopefully over the course of the next few weeks, we will be able to move and we'll be able to get internet set up real fast, and it will be incredibly fast broadband. It will be hopefully fiber. That's what we're hoping for. So, and that would be awesome. If I can get fiber broadband, it will be extremely fast. Just Bob says it is ePearl. Yeah, don't worry about what the link actually says, ePearl.com. I know it says that, but it takes you to if you click the link, it takes you to my sign up form. Bobby's had it work, so you just do that. John says, can I ask a question? Have you ever had a recording session go really bad because people showing up were totally unprepared? Yes, I have. I have. Yes. I've actually been a session musician where other musicians have turned up really late and unprepared. They've got half their, they've only got half their charts. They don't know. Takes me to a flagged YouTube page. What? What do you mean takes you to a flagged YouTube page? It shouldn't do. Let me check it. Not for me. It's taking me to my sign up form. So for me, it works. Who else has had it working? Bobby Booth says it worked for him. He's signed up. Thank you, Bobby. Just Bob says I'm somehow flagged. I don't know what that means. Now, if you follow the link in the description of my video of this stream, it should take you to my sign up form. It shouldn't take you to any other YouTube page. And Raina is signed up as well. Thank you. Chris says sign up page. Yes, if you click the link in the description below, there are two links in my description below here. The first one is my website. Great if you could go visit my website sometime. I appreciate that. But the one below that where it says sign up for the email list here, that's the one you want to get if you want to join up on my my email list, which I am just launching tonight. Yay! So yeah, click that and it should take you straight and direct to my sign up page, sign up form. I've just checked it. It definitely works for me. I can share my screen if you would like, and you can see what it should come up as. Okay, this, let me see if you can see this yet. All right, you tried on your phone. Yeah, it may not work on your phone. I don't know. It may be the browser on your phone that is blocking it. But this is what you should get, folks, when you click that link. You should get my sign up form here. And you get this pretty picture that tells you what you get. You get the 5-part compression video series. You get stems from Chanel to mix for your portfolio. You will get regular music production advice. So I'm going to send you all sorts of stuff about every facet of music production from the start, i.e., songwriting, all the way through to mastering and, getting things up to platforms where people can hear your work, because that's what it's all about. You don't want to be keeping your music to yourself. You will also get early access to new products and services that I'm creating and going to have ready to launch. For example, if you are on this email list, folks, you will get the heads up on the VIP membership when that goes live. In fact, you'll get the heads up on that before it goes live. I will tell you when it is going to go live, and I'm not going to do that for anybody else. So if you're on that email list, you will know in advance when the VIP is ready to go live. And then we'll have the launch of the VIP, and you guys will already be in the know, and you'll know what it's like as well. You'll know a little bit about what it's like. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're going to get, folks, for signing up to my newsletter. And I'm going to make the content for the newsletter as regular as I can. I would like to be able to say that I will send out an email of some description every week. And while that will be the ideal, there may be occasional times when that doesn't happen. But yeah, so I'm going to try and make content for you guys on the email list as regular as possible. You'll also get heads up on basically anything new that I come up with. If I'm going to be working with Dave Vignola, or if I'm going to be working with somebody else on creating a new product in conjunction with them, in collaboration with them, you guys will know about it first. Also, if I'm going to create something that is just mine, not in collaboration with anybody else, you guys will get the heads up on that. You will also get pre-release access to any records I make. So my next EP, you guys will get pre-release access to that, and you'll also get behind the scenes look at the making of my EPs. So, songwriting process, how I'm going about writing those songs, that kind of stuff. You'll get all sorts of stuff that I learn from the process of making my next EP to your inbox. And you'll also get the links to purchase the EP before anybody else does, before I actually make it officially live. All right, so those are the kind of things you guys are going to get, because I like to be generous, especially with you guys, because you guys are awesome. All right, so let's see. Chris says, I did it. I'm no longer a civilian. Ignorant question, difference between HTML and plain text. And Just Bob has answered that. HTML is web language, plain text is just words. There we go. And John says it worked perfectly for him. Awesome. Just Bob has signed up. Must have been a phone thing. We'll finish verification when I get home and can confirm. Awesome. If you guys could let me know how the whole process was for you. You guys have said that it's worked perfect for you. That's great. Just let me know if you're getting all of the the bonus content with your sign up. If you could let me know if you've got the links and the links are working for you, that would be a big thing for me, actually, to make sure, because I've tested it with Rich. Rich has been my extremely willing and fantastic guinea pig, and he has tested to make sure that the links to the compression video series and the links to the stems for Chanel work. And he says they do, and I've seen it in action. So for me, and for him, they definitely work. But it'd be really great if you guys could just send me a little bit of feedback to make sure that those things work and that you're able to download them. That would be really, really helpful. And then that way I know that this whole process works. Because believe me, this has been a monster of a headache to get working. And, you know, coupled with trying to get the stream to work has been another thing. So it's been a bit of a busy day because, you know, our intention was that I would be going live with the announcement that this, you know, at 6 o'clock, that all of this works, that the email sign up works and everything, but that it wasn't working. So we had to address that before I could go live. And then when I was trying to go live, the stream wasn't working either. So, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster tonight, folks. Yeah, PM me on Facebook. That's fine. If you want to do that, Bobby, that's great. Or you could send me an email to johnny@jonnylipshamstudios.co.uk. That'd be also just as handy. And just let me know that you're able to get access to the bonus content. Chris says, couple with personal issues. Dude, when do you sleep? I don't need a lot of sleep, actually. I'm one of those people that maybe needs 4 or 5 hours a night. And I've been that way since I was like in my teens. And I'm, you know, almost 43. So I guess it's just me. I don't need a whole ton of sleep. I know some other folks do. I'm just one of those guys that doesn't really. So there you go. Once signed up, where do you go to the site? If you want to go to my website, at the moment, the new design is not up. It's not ready. It's not finished. It's still in the build phase. And very shortly, it'll be going to beta. And then once in beta, we'll test it thoroughly, and then we will release it. We'll release the new website, which will have the VIP and everything in it, which it doesn't at the moment. So once signed up to the email list, you'll get a whole bunch of email content from me. Where's the link? What link are you referring to, Beatrice? Are you referring to the stems and video link? Yeah, you should get an email with those. You should get, when you sign up, you should pretty much straight away get a link, an email that has those. Gedu Costello is here. Good to see you, mate. He says, man, they still haven't upgraded your connection. No, they haven't. You'll continue with Johnny on Wednesdays. Yes, I'm going to be working with Johnny on Wednesdays for the foreseeable future. Oh, the link to sign up is down below in the description. First link that's in the description there is to my website. If you want to sign up for the email list, you want to go to the link below that. Okay, it's the one that's http://epearl.com/ a whole bunch of unpronounceable letters. If you click on that, it will take you straight to the sign up form, and you sign up there. Yes, MJN says that the link is in the video description below. Yeah, I tried to put it in the chat, but it wouldn't let me. So, and I tried about 3 or 4 different ways to try and get it in the chat, but it wouldn't. For some reason, it wouldn't let me. But it's in the description, so it should work. So yes, I will be continuing with Songwriting Simplified with Johnny on Wednesdays. That is a perpetual thing that will go on until one of us or both of us drop dead, or we run out of ideas. Which is unlikely because we seem to come up with something every week. So yes, so we're going to be working on improving the Songwriting Simplified shows on Wednesdays to sharpen up some of the content that you get there. just because we just want to streamline it, because it's only an hour long, and we want to make sure that we get as much content out to you guys as we can. So we're going to be streamlining that show a little bit, tidying it up, smartening up a little bit, and making sure that we have some real clear and concise stuff that is going to address your songwriting needs. And of course, always receiving your questions. So Chris says you did it. Congratulations. Thank you. Stems and video are downloaded easy, says Raina. Thank you. That's good news. I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. I wish my internet was better, but it isn't. But when we move, I can pretty much guarantee it will be. MJN says it works just fine. Awesome. Good. Thanks for the feedback, folks. I really appreciate that. We got 17 people here. It is nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. And essentially all this show has been about, the email list and updating you guys on my move and updating you guys on the website. We are very nearly finished building the website out. And yeah, we're very nearly finished building out the website, and then we will go into beta testing. Getty Costello is asking what time it is there. It's nearly 2 a.m. So we are 6 hours ahead of the Central Daylight Savings Time area in the United States. So if you're in that area, you are 6 hours behind me. If you are further east of that, then it will be an hour closer. If you are further west of that, then it'll be an hour further, or 2 hours, whatever. I don't know what mountain time is compared to the UK. Don't know. One thing to note is that last week we had that rare week that happens every year where the United States and the UK are an hour closer together, which was really helpful for doing live streams with Jonny and all of that kind of stuff, because it means that the shows are an hour earlier. So 8 hours ahead of California. Yes, if you're in California, you are going to be 8 hours behind me. So yeah, so this is probably your late afternoon, maybe early evening over there in California. California just looks beautiful. Very nice and hot and sunny. My kind of climate. Scotland, I love my country. I really do. I'm very passionate about Scotland and all things Scottish. But I'm just as passionate about the entire United Kingdom, and being British and all things British. Very passionate about those. But I'll tell you what, I wish we had Californian climate. I really do. We don't. And it would be lovely if we did. Just Bob says, can you tell us the current events before they happen here in Illinois? Yeah, not quite sure that time works like that. I'm not a time traveler. I wish I was. Because then I could go into the future and figure out if we've got the house. And also I could go into the future and see what the website is like, and see how many hundreds of VIPs we've got and all of that. But yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? California is always behind. Raina says, I'm sorry, I don't have so much time to follow all the great streams, just working on some analog synth stuff for a client. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm very glad that you're able to pop into the stream. That's great. And I know a lot of you have very busy lives, and so I really appreciate that you guys, your Sunday dinner time, you are happy to set aside an hour to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much to each of you for signing up to my newsletter email thing. Really appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy the content that you get there, and I hope you have a lot of fun mixing Chanel. It was a great song, a great fun song to write and to record and to mix myself, actually. Actually, that whole record was a real load of fun making, and I learned a lot from it, and I think Chanel is probably one of the best songs on that record. So um, I think that's why I chose it for you guys to mix. It does have challenges that you will find that will test your mixing skills a wee bit. Like for example, the soprano sax. Getting that balanced will be a bit of a challenge. I know Dave Vignola mixed it, and he found the soprano sax a little bit of a handful. But that shouldn't dissuade you from giving it a shot, guys. You know, because that's how you learn. Finding stems that are a challenge. And that, you know, if you have ever been to that Cambridge website, I forget, it's called Mixing Secrets. If you go to that Mixing Secrets website, don't just go and you know, find the easy stuff to mix where, you know, the recordings are really, really good. Go and find something that's challenging. You know, Mike, neighbor, my good friend, he downloaded something, and you know, there's bleed is I believe it is a recording of a live show, so there's bleed everywhere, and he said that the kick drum was horribly distorted and all of that, and so, you know, those kind of things are challenges. They're real world challenges, because as mix engineers, you may well get songs that are like that. You know, people will send you, clients will send you stuff, and they'll say, "Hey, mix our song," and you'll listen to it. And you'll be like, "You know what? These are so badly recorded," and you're going to have to go into rescue mode as much as mixing mode. You're going to have to be rescuing and doing your best to get something to work there. Some do have bad bleed, says Bobby. Yes, they do. A lot of them are, even if they're recorded in the studio, some of them are recorded live, so in the studio. So yeah, so those are often a challenge, particularly drums. When it comes to drums, you just have to decide how much bleed you're comfortable with. Because I mix a lot of jazz and folk and acoustic music, I probably allow for a lot more bleed than a lot of other folks would. I wouldn't, you know, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you should gate those," and I'm just like, well, no. You know, sometimes having a bit of the snare drum in the toms, or a bit of snare drum, sorry, a bit of tom ring in the snare drum track, and all of that, you know, kind of it just adds to the sound of the drum set as a whole. So what I might do, if there is a lot of bleed, is rely more on the overheads than on the close mics. I would maybe use the close mics just to bring a little bit of intimacy to the sound, but for the most part, I'm relying upon the overheads to shape the whole of the drum sound. And I'm bringing in the close mics a little bit, but you know, the sound is defined by the overheads. That's mostly how I mix drums. Is I start with the overheads and I shape the drum sound there first before I get into the close mics. And bleed can help you. Bleed can actually be a good thing. If it's something like an extraneous rattle or something, that, you know, that's not so good. Or, you know, if you're getting guitars in your kick drum mic, that's not so good. Then you might need an expander or a gate or something. But that's, yeah, you shouldn't find any of that kind of stuff with Chanel. You'll find the drums are mono. Essentially, it's one mono overhead and a kick drum mic for the drums. So don't try, my advice anyway. I mean, do what you like. Do what you like with the song. I really don't mind. But my advice really would be, don't try and separate out the different instruments, because you'll find that really, really hard to do. It's, you know, they're on a stereo track. Well, they're just on one stereo track, and it's just a mono overhead and a mono kick drum. That's it. And it sounds pretty good. So there you go. I hope you guys find all of the content you get there from the newsletter really helpful. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, I will start sending out my first emails to you guys. Sean Aaron is here. Good to see you, my friend. He says he's just got done with band practice. Well, for a start, this is not a 2-hour show. This is the regular show, but an hour late. So what have you missed? Well, I've announced the launch of my email list. My email list is open. Excuse me. If you go to the description down below, the first link in the description is to my website. Feel free to go visit the website if you want. But if you want to sign up for my email list, that's the second link below it. If you go click that, it'll take you straight to the sign up form. Stick your name in there and your email address and hit subscribe, and you will join my beginning to grow email list. And you'll get some bonus content there as well, which there's a little image on the sign up form, and the graphic there tells you what you get. So yeah, you can go ahead and you can sign up for that, and you'll get an email almost straight away, and that email will provide you with the links you need to get the bonus content. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Chris says it sounds like you're almost hinting at backwards mixing. That's what I do, backwards mixing. But yeah, you can do what you like with the song. Mix it how you mix it. Remix it if you really want. Very cool, says Sean. Good. All right, we've got 21 people here. Good grief. I started the show late as well. Thank you so much, folks, for coming. And I know this has been kind of low on kind of demonstrations and taking your questions and that kind of stuff, which is what I normally do, but this is a bit of a one-off. I'm again really sorry that this has been a late show. I had some real technical issues, and I'm watching the stream back on my laptop, and I can see that we're having all sorts of freezing issues. Really sorry for the poor quality of this show. Normal service will be resumed next week, and hopefully everything will be back to normal. Gosh, I hope it is. But yeah, sign up for the email list if you haven't already. Go hit that link in the description below, and you will start getting content over the course of the next couple of weeks once I've figured out a few things. And I've got content backed up, ready to go. I just need to start shifting it out into emails. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night there because it is after 2 o'clock in the morning. Again, I apologize that this show is late. Next week, we will be back to the normal 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And because this show was late, I will have a look at a point in the week when I can surprise you with an additional bonus show. All right, folks, thanks so much for coming. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the email list. Yes, as Chris says, hit the like button below. Really appreciate that if you do that. We've got 11 likes there right now, and we've had 21 people in here, so it'd be really nice if we could get as many likes as possible. I'm going to finish the show here, and I will be back next week, next Sunday, and I'll be taking your questions on all aspects of songwriting, recording, mixing, mastering, and I'll have hopefully news of whether we've got this house that we looked at this weekend. Hopefully I will find out, and I'll be able to tell you guys that news. So that'll be breaking news for you guys. And also I hope to bring you more news on the development of the new website at that point as well. All right, folks, thanks so much for coming, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye for now.